Hey, what is up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm driving home from work. It is Monday night. Little Monday night football action. There's a double dose. I got to get home. I still have to figure out. There's going to be two games, and they're not doing like the West Coast, East Coast. They are starting an hour different, but normally Monday Night Football is on ESPN. How is ESPN going to have two games? Are they using like ESPN and ESPN2? Are they going to have a game on ABC and a game on ESPN? I don't know. We'll have to figure out how the heck they're able to do this. There's no way they're doing like a whole like split screen for the whole deal. But I am still upset about the Rams game. I'm not hitting the panic alarm. I understand there's a lot of injuries. I don't want to use the injuries. But the Niners got to figure a way to plug the hole. I heard Shanahan basically say that he takes a little bit of a blame for the play calling coming out of halftime. He basically feels that there was a time that they could have put the game away, and that's not sort of the strategy that they went with. I can get a feel for this team right here. It reminds me a lot of the bad teams from 5-6 years ago, where the Niners would basically come out and have a really good first half. They would go into halftime and they would hit the snooze. And they were not a third quarter. They were not a fourth quarter team. We need to find a way that we've been the last 4 years, where it's basically like we give teams a chance in the first half. We figure our shit out at halftime. We basically make our play calling, and we come out and we dominate the third and fourth quarter. That is the football team that I need. If they got to go home, if they got to go lock themselves in their closet, and they got to count to 10, and they got to come out. That's the Niner team that I want to see emerge from the closet situation right there. I want to see the team that takes over the second half. Niners, I keep thinking about the pass that Drake Bell dropped. A lot of people I hear blaming Moody. I don't blame Moody. I don't want to put 100% because that's not the kind of guy that I am. But I know a lot like the Eagles game last week with Saquon Barkley dropping that third down pass. A lot of what happened, especially with the Moody kick, doesn't happen if Drake catches that ball. And he was in coverage, but the ball hit him in the hands. It didn't hit him in the chest. It didn't hit him anywhere else. That was a very catchable ball, and I don't know if he's just never really been in that situation as a 49er. He hasn't got a chance like that since he was in college. He was a really, really good wide receiver. That's why we drafted him. But we've never really put him in a situation to drop a ball, to catch a ball that was, on 100 like that. I still love Moody. He's my guy. He's a second-year guy. He's going to miss a kick here and there along the way. But man, oh man. And then the one thing that I keep talking about, and people keep looking at me like I'm crazy, I watched the we're going to catch the ball and we're going to flip it around the football field to run out the time and hopefully find a way to get to the end zone. I don't know who it was that made the last lateral that basically pitched the ball to, he was trying to get it to Brandon Ayuk. To me at least, the softball coach in me, which does not make a lot of sense here, but people, who play baseball and things like that, know that, you turn with your glove hand to make the throw, so you're already lined up to see what's going on. You don't want to turn your opposite direction. You don't want to, turn with your throwing arm. Then you have to completely stop, pivot, and throw again. It's a waste of time. He turned around the long way to find Ayuk. He never saw Jennings. Jennings was closer to him. He was 2 steps, if not a step ahead of Brandon Ayuk. And if he makes that pivot to make that shovel, there was nobody. There was nobody in his zip code. There was nobody in front of him. I watched that thing like 4 times, and I was sad every single time, but I knew that we were that close to a Music City Miracle. We were that close to the band running on the field, like the game with Cal and Stanford. I mean, if we would have done that, that would have been a highlight we saw for the rest of the time. Scrap that. 1 and 2 is what it is. Sunday, 1 o'clock. We're gonna play the Patriots, and that's bad news for the Patriots. We got to figure out what's going on with them at quarterback. Drake May, had his first sights of coming in the game. Jacoby Brissett, really good backup. He had that really good year with Indy. Wasn't Jacoby Brissett an original backup in New England? I guess I never really put that together until right now. I think he was in New England, and then I think when not Manning, but when dude got hurt in Indy, I think he got traded there, and that's where he started. And I think he had a pretty good year filling in. But it's just not really working right now. So it looks like maybe Drake May is going to be the guy. If he comes in and he gets his first start, we got to make sure that we're not, bulletin board material, that he's getting that first surprise start, and we're going to catch him offhand. I thought, honestly, the defense played well. It was nice to have Avunga out there. Missing him since week 11 last year. I really look at him like he's like a heart of our defense and a really big help to our secondary. We're going to have to check the injury report. Of course, we know that Deebo Samuel's not going to be playing. Hopefully we can get to a point where Kittle can say he's good to go. But, Bosa played, Ward played. Injured last week. They were kind of like almost like a game time decision. If not, it was made in the morning that they were going to play. We got to see if they're not more hurt from playing another game, if that makes sense, and going out there. Bosa had a hell of a game. He had that stripped sack where the Niners were able to get the ball back. At one point, it really looked like they were cruising. And they ended up with a bruising. I bruised my finger messing around with the turkeys today on my hand. It's pretty good. I can't see it anymore, but I damaged my middle finger. I don't know what it is. Sort of smashed it between the cart, the turkey, and the box. It sucked. But hey, we know that we're not going to have Christian McCaffrey. We know we're not going to have Deebo. Let's not make excuses. Let's find a way to put the ball in the hands of Brandon Ayuk. I think I have Brandon Ayuk got too many headlines this offseason that people basically are saying they're not going to let him beat them, and they're finding a way to take the ball out of his hands. He hasn't really had a big catch all season, and we need to find a way to get it done. Hats off to Juan Jennings. He keeps finding a way to surprise teams. He had his best game since the Super Bowl, where he should have been the Super Bowl MVP, where he threw the opening touchdown pass, and then he ended up catching one later in I want to say it was the third quarter. It might have been the fourth, but he caught it in the second half. And man, if the Niners could have held on and won that game, he would have been Super Bowl MVP, no doubt in my mind. And now, I ain't gonna flabbergast you and fill you up with a whole bunch of lies. If it's not talking about Jacoby Brissett and Drake May, I don't know a lot about the New England Patriots. I know that they haven't been playing well. I don't even know if they've won a football game this year, if they're going to be coming in 0-3 or not. I know they lost to the Jets. And I want to say I saw them last... I couldn't... No, they played on Thursday. It was New England and the Jets. That was the Thursday game, so they didn't play yesterday. So I did see New England, and I didn't retain anything from that team at all. So, I don't know. All I know is the Niners got to play different. They got to find a way to get it done. Win, lose, or draw this season is not over, but you don't normally find the San Francisco 49ers sitting at the last place in the NFC West. Seahawks are finding a way to get it done. I'll tell you the truth. I continue to find a way to bet against Geno Smith. I don't know why, if it was his time with the Jets, but finding a way to get it done. I think as of right now, Sam Bradford with the Vikings, damn, they look good on both sides of the ball. I felt bad. I saw a tweet that Bradford hurt his knee and he was having to get it looked at by the training staff. And then I never really heard anything else about it. So I'm guessing he went back in the game. But and I called him Sam Bradford. What the hell is his real name? That's not Sam Bradford. God damn it. Who's playing Vikings quarterback right now? But him and Geno Smith, both 3-0. And, man, I mean, if you're sitting there and you're a Jets fan, I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers. You got to be feeling pretty damn good for where you're at. But you got to be wondering, like, what the hell was going on? What the hell is going on? Why couldn't they, squeeze anything out of them? I understand that Geno probably lost the locker room when he got punched in the face, and the guy broke his jaw. His own teammate did that to him in the locker room. That was not a good way to start out your rookie season, especially in New York. But, man. All right. Is it or it is. Let's have a week. Let's see what's going on out there, and peace out. See you guys down the road.